But let's cross live to BBC T's reporter Adam Clarkson, who's in Stockton this morning. Morning, Adam.
Yeah, morning, mate. Thank you very much. I'm here at Thrive at the Newport Community Resource Centre. That's the anti-poverty charity that's been working to help people in Stockton for more than 10 years. Tracey Herrington is the manager and joins me now. Tracey, we heard from you yesterday on the programme leading up to this BBC Panorama piece. The morning after, since you've seen it, can you give us your reaction to what you thought of the programme?
Yeah, sure. My initial reaction is one of disappointment. This was an opportunity to actually talk about a lot of wider social factors and levels of inequality that do impact on people's lives. The programme did not do that.
From what you saw then, do you feel that the material and the people and the stories that were included in the piece, that didn't give a true reflection of Stockton and the people who live there?
No, they did give some inspirational stories, but what it did is predominantly focused on lifestyle choices, in particular drug use, smoking, and the way people choose their food. And then it allowed then to apportion blame to an individual as opposed to looking at that structural inequality.
What did it feel like watching Panorama then? Because you were actually interviewed, with Thrive to be part of the programme, but it wasn't included in the final edit.
No, for some reason they didn't think our contributions obviously warranted airtime. They spent three occasions with us. We did a podcast. We talked about a number of factors. We talked about inadequate housing. We talked about inadequate benefit system. We talked about universal credit. We talked about access to your doctors. We talked about life chances of our young children, and not one comment of that was actually aired last night.
You say there's parts of the programme that were nice stories and that there was parts you wish had been included but hadn't. Do you think, even making this sort of programme and addressing those issues can be helpful in any way?
I thought it was going to be helpful, but what it's done is it's actually caused us a lot more problems. So all day yesterday we were trolled and we were given a lot of grief from people through social media regarding people are to blame for the predicament they're in, and then they're not looking at the actual factors that are causing people to make this. I mean, they used some stories about drug use, and we know that's a problem in our area, but they never ever once asked the question as why people are doing that. They never ever looked at the support systems that are not resourced. They never looked at the whole family situation. They give a tokenistic or a small version of what was really happening out there.
Obviously, this isn't a question with an easy answer, Tracey, but 18-year life expectancy gap, it's sad, it's upsetting, it's shocking, and it needs to change. What do you think needs to happen to start reversing this?
Well, first and foremost, people have to have a basic income and an income that allows them to actually be able to feed, house and clothe themselves. I mean, there was a book, Curly Garthwaite did Hunger Pains, and there's a big piece of research on our Teesside, and it wasn't even aired last night. So basic income is first and foremost, and we need jobs, and we need real jobs with real security for the future, and we need something for our young children to aspire to. I said this yesterday on the phone, I said, children, at this moment in time, 20% of our children are living in poverty. We're in summer holiday period now, and what we're doing is we're having to fund hunger schemes and food banks. That's not the answer. What we should be doing is attacking the real causes of this problem.
Do you think that's something that is achievable?
It should be achievable, but then you need to put resources into it, and at the moment the resources are not coming to our deprived communities, not at all, they're being cut.
Tracey, I want to thank you so much for your time. Thanks for being on the show once again. That is Tracey Herrington, manager of Thrive in Stockton, talking that BBC Panorama programme from last night.
Thank you very much indeed.